Heather Coleman.
We are licensed clinical social workers here in New York City, working at Buddhist Psychotherapy, New York.
And today we're going to be giving you 4 mindfulness-based ways of working with anxiety.
So number 1, you need to recognize your anxiety, right? Noticing that you're feeling some strong emotions, caught up in something, whether it's thinking, thoughts, feelings. We have to notice and name anxiety before we can really work with it. It's an important first step.
And then second, the way that you actually notice your anxiety can be in the body. Sometimes we first see it in our thinking, but if you can take the time to say, I'm anxious, and then notice how that actually is in your body, you start to identify feeling sensations that are related to your anxiety. And in that way, you can start to say, oh, wait a second, there's something here that I can actually be able to work with in a very concrete way.
Correct. And then we get to our third step where we're going to play or titrate, right, these possibly strong body sensations, right? This is an opportunity to really be curious about what's happening in our body. And breath, so mindfulness of our breathing. Something that can be really helpful is longer exhale, shorter inhale when you're feeling panicked or anxious. Mindfulness of our feet on the floor, in our shoes. Mindfulness of our hands, maybe squeezing our wrists like we're squeezing lemons and lemon juice is coming through, right? Again, really placing all of our attention into or on our body or our breath.
And then alongside of that, number 4, I would say cognitive restructuring. So a lot of people think that they need to only do cognitive restructuring with a therapist. And in that way, you can, but you can also do it at home. So if you feel like you're a thought-based person and it feels like it's difficult to get into your body, the entryway into your anxious patterning might be to work on the thought level. And you can begin by just writing down all of your anxious thoughts and logging them, and then taking the time to really explore and check out the evidence for each of your thoughts. And what you really might find is a lot of them are not fact-based or only semi-fact-based. And so when you want to balance out your thinking, you can put down the anxious thought and then in another column try to balance that out with more factual information of what's actually going on in the present moment. You can say, what's really happening here? What feels factual right now? And then you can come up with a more balanced thought in the end. And this way you can also start to see that you aren't your thoughts, you definitely are not your anxious thinking, and you can start to disidentify as an anxious person because ultimately you really aren't your anxiety.
Correct. So that's that. Stay tuned for more.